Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. New research suggests a link between many popular foods and cancer. In this video, I'm going to break down the research, identify concerning ingredients, and provide you with 5 practical steps to minimize the intake of additives you may want to avoid. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to easily get future posts. Previous studies have already connected diets high in ultra-processed foods to an increased risk of heart disease and diabetes. Researchers suspect that certain additives may be the culprit. According to the USDA, nearly 60% of the average American's calorie intake comes from ultra-processed foods. This makes it crucial to understand which ingredients in these foods might be problematic. So it gets very interesting when you look at what is in some of these foods that may be the culprit. And that's how we can figure out what to eat and what not to eat. The new analysis examined for a possible link between specific ingredients and some commonly bought foods, and the very concerning possibility of cancer occurrence. Some of these additives are intended to improve the texture and shelf life of foods. Data from over 90,000 participants were followed over an average of 6.7 years, during which around 2,600 cancers were diagnosed, including breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer. The risk for cancer increased with diets that were higher in some commonly found emulsifiers: carrageenans, mono and diglycerides or fatty acids, pectins, and sodium carbonate. Notably, the highest consumption of mono and diglycerides of fatty acids, E471, was associated with a 15% increase in risk for all types of cancer, a 24% increase in breast cancer risk, and 46% increased risk in prostate cancer risk. The highest consumption of carrageenans, E407, was associated with 28% increased risk in breast cancer. Now, it's widely believed that cancer is most likely multifactorial, meaning that a single factor will not significantly increase the risk, in this case exposure to these emulsifiers. Still, emulsifiers are not essential and they're used a lot. So if a definitive link could be confirmed, the increased risk could mean a significant number of preventable cancers for the whole population. While altogether avoiding emulsifiers in your diet can be challenging, here are 5 steps to help you minimize your intake. So first of all, scan for specific emulsifier names. While not all emulsifiers are listed by their E number, some common ones are. So keep an eye out for mono and diglycerides or fatty acids, carrageenans, pectins, and sodium carbonate. Secondly, look for keywords that indicate the presence of emulsifiers. Stabilizers, often used alongside emulsifiers to maintain texture, thickeners that can also serve as emulsifiers in some cases, and anti-caking agents, sometimes used in combination with emulsifiers. And then focus on the overall ingredient list. A shorter list indicates generally there'll be less additives, including emulsifiers. Look for foods made with whole ingredients like fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts, and avoid foods with a long list of unrecognizable names. Fourthly, look for labels, no artificial ingredients, although that doesn't guarantee the absence of emulsifiers, but may limit them. Non-GMO doesn't directly address emulsifiers, but some GMO concerns overlap with emulsifier usage. And then as an alternative, consider preparing meals from scratch. This gives you full control of the ingredients you use. Choose minimally processed options. Look for frozen fruits and vegetables, plain yogurt, or whole grain bread instead of heavily processed alternatives. Remember, avoiding all emulsifiers entirely might not be practical. However, by being mindful of your choices and using the tips I just gave, you can reduce your overall intake and prioritize whole, unprocessed foods in your diet. And here's a surprising fact. The European Food Safety Agency recently evaluated several of these emulsifiers, including E471, and found no safety concerns. So, this highlights the need for continued research and ongoing discussion on the safety of food additives that we're all exposed to. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, and as always, consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance.